What's going on, people, and welcome back to the Baby Fathers podcast for another brand new episode. Before we start today's show, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give us the likes, and don't forget to push that notification button so anytime a new episode comes out, you're going to be the first to know, all right? So I go by the name of DJ Ridler. I'm your host from the Baby Fathers podcast, and on today's show, I've got two special guests, all right? So I'm going to let them introduce themselves. They go by the name of...
I'm Quincy, aka QB.
And I'm Taalib.
Taalib, just come a bit closer to the mic, yeah?
Sorry, bro. Check.
Yeah. All right. So today I'm gonna say thank you for you lot for coming down on today's show.
Yeah.
I know you lot are very busy. I want to say thank you for coming down.
I'm tired.
So listen, one of the reasons why I brought you lot down today is to talk about vulnerable kids. Kids obviously who are doing things on streets where they shouldn't be, and kind of start trying to find middle grounds where this can kind of be going wrong as in the community. All right. So I know a couple of weeks ago, a young lady got killed, stabbed.
Was that included?
I know that's not far from you lot. Can you just shed some light on that story?
I go for it. I wouldn't say I know the full ins and outs.
Okay.
But from what I can recall and what I've heard, I think a young lady was on her way to school, and her ex-boyfriend came to speak to her. I think he brought her flowers and chocolates, and he was trying to get back with her. I think he got a little bit aggressive with her, and then her friend stepped in to say, "Look, stop! Don't do with her like that." And he stabbed her friend in the neck, and that's the little girl that.
How many stabs was one?
I'm not sure, but if it's in the neck, it can take one. I'm not sure how many stabs it was, but
okay. But we don't actually know the full story yet. That's just the story what's been in the media. What we seem to be going by at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your whole take on these young boys walking around with knives?
What do you mean take? I don't.
So when I say the word take, why do these young ones feel they need to be carrying these weapons?
See, the thing is, it's a loaded question because no, I'm serious. Because guess what? You could say it's because they feel fearful when they walk on the street. You could say it's because they've got gang war and they got whatever else and postcode wars and things like that. However, I don't know what part of stabbing a little girl in the neck, is anything. That's mental health. You're tapped. You're not in the right place up here because that's a young lady. That's someone's daughter. That's someone's sister. Do you know what I mean? Like, her aspirations, where she was going to be, what's going to happen is gone. Now, don't get me wrong. That's the same in any death. But I don't know what mentality it takes as a young boy for you to want to stab a girl in her neck.
Yeah, it's a bit different, and it's a bit different than, oh, that's the ops over there, and I'm protecting myself from them. And I've got a knife, that's how they think, innit? Like, they're carrying it because their ops got nice. But the stabbing the girl part ain't nothing to do with that kind of frequency. Like, that's, like you said, it's madness. It's like mental health. Like, why would you just stab a girl in her neck? Involved in this, like, sometimes you might think it's straightforward, like, oh, they've got knives and they've just got knives. But some of these kids have got mental health. They're seeing a lot of things.
Maybe seeing stuff they shouldn't have from a young age.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's spilling out.
Now, the culture that we come up in somehow dictates that at some stage in your life, you start to learn about this stuff, depending on how you're brought up. And parenting is important. Yeah. When I say parenting is important, I mean looking into how you raise your kids, making sure that you keep an eye on them, making sure that you check in on them. And when I say check in, I mean check in. How's your day? What's been going on with you? Try and have certain conversations. A smart thing to do is to let their friends come to you instead of leaving your child out on road. Because then you get to eavesdrop on all the little conversations and you get to know everyone's little personality and you know where your child is. Whereas sometimes a lot of parents, maybe they're at work. Work has a lot to do with it. Single parents, being a single parent can have a lot to do with it. Being a traumatized mother or father can have a lot to do with how you got some parents are on drugs, and then their child grows up in seeing that. So all of those things,
I can go both ways though, innit? It makes you not want to take it.
either not do it or do it. But all of these things play a part. Yeah. But as parents, no matter what, I've seen people in my community that I grew up with that ended up smoking drugs, and they're bringing up 4 kids on their own as a man and cane rolling their hair every morning and taking them to school. So to me, seeing that, I feel like it's got to be deeper. There's a moral compass got to be inside of you somewhere. And as bad as things can be, you got to obviously, a real person wants their children to do better and be better than them. So we have to keep an eye on them and try and steer them the right way no matter what.
Okay, so as a community coming together in terms of kids growing up, and which you said about parenting, say if there is a mother who is struggling, who she has a boy who is then being drawn to the streets, how then is that boy able to get that support?
See what you say though. You see when you say things like as a community. When you say as a community, what are you actually meaning?
Well, when I say like as a community, I may know your child or may know your child. So if I can see your child might be going down the wrong path, as a community coming together, I should able to turn around and say,
It's a village to raise a child sort of thing, yeah.
Well, you know what it is, yeah? What you're saying sounds like it sounds good, basically, yeah. But I feel like when I was a child, that community was all involved in
The corruption.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I got introduced to crime. I didn't ask to be involved in crime. Like, I didn't get taught anything else, really. I got taught to do boxing, but I didn't really get to taught to do thingy bobs. And no one's gonna say, oh yeah, this or that, because everyone's doing the same thing. So what if that's your community? How does anyone?
Do you see what he's?
How does anyone say, I'm wrong? Your kid, unless you've seen them get bashed up or sexually abused, like blatantly. There's nothing really that the community is gonna say because the community are all the same.
So who did you look up to when you was growing up?
Who did I look up to? Bad people.
Right. And this is life. Okay, if you're in a community, yeah, and the only person that you see with the smile on his face, with the money in his pocket, with that flashy car, with all the things that he needs in life, is someone that's selling drugs or doing robberies all day, what are you gonna aspire to be? Do you see what I'm saying? Because that is, to you, he's got his head screwed on.
Tim, to me, looks positive.
Yeah. However, when you grow up and you've gone through certain things, you can then look back and see it's a trap, or you can see that
it was wrong.
That it was wrong. But sometimes, unfortunately, the way we grow, sometimes you have to go through to be able to analyze and look back and see what it was. Because, like you're saying, youth work. I've done youth work as well, and I found myself sitting down and explaining to the kids, "Bruh, you can get that. You can go and do all the stuff you lot are doing to get the money, or you can get, what is it you want? Bruh, I just want this car, or I just want this trainers. I just want that. Okay, so let me show you ways that you can make money without watching your head back." And what do you mean watching your head back? Because it's all fun and games until a tragedy happens or until something happens. But I just feel like there's not enough teaching at the right age, and sometimes it's too late. We've been talking about this a lot. The corruption, the time when a child gets corrupt, say between the age of 10 and 19, yeah, is very pivotal to what.
But that age, I think, is different for other people. Most of the time, if you got parents that are not in that way inclined, it might be that 10 to whatever you're talking about. But if it's in the house,
it's early.
It's on from
early.
You know what I'm saying, bro? It's on from the beginning. There ain't no.
But I feel like you might can intercept at
Where?
that between the age
Are
of
you
10.
intercept?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
You might can intercept
Yeah, more
between
than
the age
likely.
of 10.
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, more than likely.
You see what I'm saying?
Because it ain't been established
It
yet.
ain't-
It's just
you're just
I'm
dabbling, you're
education.
trying.
I've just been educated.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Because
I don't have to go and get a job yet. I'm getting educated. You know, like when you get educated at school,
that's right.
and then you have to get a job after that.
That's right. You're still in.
I'm
you see
still
what
in
I'm saying?
education mode.
You're still in that education stage of your life. Whatever you're being educated on. That don't mean you're going to school. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But you're being educated in your future right now. So a lot of things that's happening. Sometimes some of these kids, if they're over that age, they're gonna have to learn and look back. We can try, but you can't take it. You can bring a horse to the water, you can't make it drink. Yeah, but between the age of 10 and 19, you can make an impact, and that's sad. And the reason why that's sad is because what we're doing right now, what youth workers are doing and community workers are doing, you're putting a plaster on an open wound. You're not putting any antiseptic on it. You're not cleaning it up. You're just putting a plaster on it and hoping for the best. Because there's not a lot else you can do beyond that age until that person decides and realizes what's going on. But it's scary because I've got a child. I've got a son, he's 19. Yeah? When things are going on, I don't want him outside. I said, "Rude boy, stay in the yard." But I want to go to my friend's party, he ain't going nowhere. Why? Because the road's hot right now. Right now, I know what's going on. Fortunately for you, your dad's tapped into what's going on out the road. So guess what? Tan your yard.
Right, so a question I want to ask you then, right? You're an active father in your child's life.
Yeah.
You've been there from beginning to up to his 19. So for fathers who are not active in a child's life, what can be the liability of that child being vulnerable?
Sometimes you'll be vulnerable, but sometimes you've got uncles. Sometimes you've got cousins. Sometimes you've got people that are either going to do wrong or right for you. But that's the reliance. You're relying
Still
on...
vulnerable though.
Yeah, you're mad vulnerable because you don't know.
No matter what you say, your uncle's not my dad.
100%.
And he's got his own kids to think about first.
100%.
He always comes second. And then in that place of being second, you're in danger because you're not first. Do you get what I'm saying? So,
But pressure builds diamonds though.
but not everyone can shine.
Yeah.
Not everyone, bro.
You're right. No, you're right.
It's true,
100%.
innit? Not everyone can
100%.
shine, bro.
100%.
Some people, the pressure
It
breaks.
burst pipes as well.
You know,
Pressure
they don't
either
come
burst
back.
pipes or make diamonds. There you go.
So if a mother is struggling in terms of you're being active, but there's not active father, say the mother is not from that place where she's from a good home, because some kids are coming from places where it is good at home, but it's only one mother, a single mother. How is she able to try and withdraw her child away from the streets?
Like I said, it's gonna take more than one person. It's gonna take someone that person respects as well to show him something. And even then, he's gonna have it's a decision.
You know, sometimes women's voices sound moany to a boy.
Like it's chopping at you.
Yeah, he doesn't want it like it sound. It does, you know, the frequency of it. Instead of it sounding like advice, it sounds like
Nagging.
And then you're telling me about boy stuff that you don't know nothing about. Do you get what I'm saying? So your voice is going to be irritating me, and so it's kind of hard. So you definitely need a male to do that job somehow.
Figure. You need a balance.
100%, because only he's going to be able to tell him in the right way. Like, you know when your mum used to say, "Oh yeah, go and brush your teeth, you might stink," or when your dad say, "Oh yeah, if you don't brush your teeth together, I'm not going to want to fuck with you now, son." Now I'm thinking,
Okay, you got a reasoning.
Yeah. Your mum said, he's like, "Go and brush your teeth, you nasty little blood clot." You know what I'm saying?
It feels like nagging.
You know what I'm saying? But she's different because she's trying to do 101 jobs. She's just trying to make sure everyone's patterned.
So who do we say who to blame in this situation in the terms of the cycle of how these kids are behaving?
I wouldn't say it's who you gonna blame? Because the fact is, it's 101 things. The fact that we don't have I don't know, like that youth centers are shutting down and people don't have nowhere to go. The fact that fathers ain't around. The fact that opportunities for some of these young people, it's like they got blinders on. All they know is their community. That's all they see. Sometimes you need to take them out. They need to see other things. You need to see the world. You need to see that everything ain't what you see on these streets every day. And then maybe you can aspire to do something. But when you take all of that stuff away, all this cost of living stuff, for starters, yeah, there's 101 reasons why. Yeah, and it's for us to put it together and also be reactive, be proactive and not reactive in our communities.
How do you do that though?
Well, some of the stuff we're missing, that's important. But like in South London right now, I haven't seen everyone so
down.
Yeah, and it's because
it's every day. Like there's another funeral.
Every day,
it's not stabbing. Someone's dying.
Someone's dead, and in the last month, 1 week, one boy got stabbed to death. Then that young girl there got stabbed to death, and then another little boy got stabbed to death.
Summer later, innit?
Yeah.
That same week, another boy in my area got stabbed as well.
Right. And it's too. Look at the size of these knives. Another
swords.
Man's basically out here swashbuckling. Yeah. The thing about it is, yeah, when we was younger, we weren't afraid to fight. I'm not saying we're boys. I'm not saying you're not gonna have a discrepancy. You can have an argument. You might even put two fists together and go at it, innit? Yeah. But no one weren't afraid to fight. Right now, no one don't want to lose face. Oh, and social media.
Social media messed a lot of things up. Brings too much embarrassment. So it makes them more reactive, and they've got to kind of equal it out.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then, because we was talking about social media, right? So when we was young boys growing up, we said people used to fight, but also people also get stabbed. Yeah. Is it because it's more, because we have the social media, it's more out there for us to know what's more going on? When we was younger, we wouldn't know too much if a man it was from West or a man was from South. You would hear what really happened in South like that. To where we could just go on social media now and boom, we already know what's really happening.
No, I think it's worse now. Yeah. I think that people were willing to rock each other. And when someone died back in the days from a murder or something like that, there was a real violation.
Big news.
It was a big news, and there was a real violation between them. Not, oh, you're coming in front of me and I want to talk to my ex-girl and I'm stabbing you in the neck. Not, oh, you live across the road, so I'm stabbing you. Because it's stupid now. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
You say that though, but the other day I was thinking, it doesn't sound like there's as much shootings as there was before. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying the shootings, are they not the same equivalent to how much people are getting stabbed now? And the reason we knew it wasn't even to do social media is because all of the gunmen are in all the communities. There's news people around all of them. So and the amount of times you used to hear Operation Trident, this man got licked down, licked down. You didn't even need social media to know how many shootings there were. Everyone knew how much people were getting licked down. So I'm just saying now, is it equivalent to the stabbings?
It may be, and it's cheaper because anyone can get a knife. Like my mum's kitchen drawer.
That's why the ratio might be a little bit higher because the access is easier.
But I mean, even them big zombie things that these men are walking around with right now. Why are they allowed? Why are they accessible? Why are they for?
What do we need them for?
So why is the government abandoning them?
This is exactly what we're saying.
What is the need of those knives? We know what kitchen knives do.
They've
got a kitchen knife and stab someone, cool, you're going to understand he done that. But why do we need those knives? What purpose are they for? Will they chop trees or something? I don't know what it is.
I'm not sure what they're for.
I don't know what it's for. I don't know why. Why do you need to make a knife that
Do you know what I'm going to do? Because there was a video on your page. So I'm going to play this video for the viewers to see, just for them to know what kind of knives we're talking about. So obviously just going off by that video just to show the knives what these kids are doing, and to even look at the video, this is broad daylight. So they clearly don't even care no more to...
But they was just chilling on the corner with the knives before anything can happen, innit? That's why I called them knives. Yeah, he took it out randomly and just gave it to my man. He passed it to over, and that was before anyone's even come.
These kids walking around with these knives, how are we able to get these knives off the streets?
Well, first of all, I think they got to be proactive about even having these things being delivered. Yeah, yeah. Secondly, I feel like someone said something to me the other day, and it actually made my eyes spark up. I was thinking, really? But I don't know. It might work. I don't know. They said that they think that the police, should allow mothers, that if a mother phones up the police and says, look, my son's got a knife here, can you come and get it? They should come and get it and leave the boy alone and not arrest him. Because, you want to get the knives off the street. And I looked at it, I said, I thought about it hard, I'm thinking, what's that though? But they're saying because a mother ain't going to send her son to jail on purpose. She's not going to do that, even if she did find it. But then that means if he's still got it, he's going to actively may use it or may whatever. So you have to give the mother the choice. But then also, you got someone that's running up and down, stabbing people all the time, or he's got war with people. Maybe he ain't stabbed no one. Maybe he's just got war. And I'm tired of seeing young kids losing their life for no reason. It proper bugs me. But there's so much ways, there's so much things.
Are these kids thinking about the consequences what can happen to them? Because in terms of...
I think some of them are it's just a shock to scare the other side.
But if someone decides to use it...
No, but they're not thinking like that. They're just thinking about that moment. I don't think all of them are thinking that they're going to use it, but then the situation creates itself and bam, you just end up using it.
It is what it is.
Do you know what I mean? But some of them, I think that some of them are just fearful and they're taking it out to make the other guys back up, and hopefully it'll get them a chance to get away. Do you know what I'm saying? Because for them, they're living in some kind of war zone. Do you know what I'm saying? So some of them ain't going out there to buy the zombie killer to kill someone. I think it's more of a deterrent, like, yo, stay away from me, I'm not having it. Look, and hopefully they're on. Do you know what I mean?
Good kids, that don't have nothing to do with any gang or anything, they just live on that block there. And that block has got beef with that block. And he's just trying to go school. But he's thinking, I don't want to die on my way to school. So maybe I just get myself a thing. And he's not even looking for argument, looking for beef, looking for war. He just wants to live. So it's become it's like survival. Do you understand? Like it's literally in his head, it's survival.
Here's a quick scenario. They're making a music video on the block. Yeah. My man's going to school. His brethren who he knows, he's one of the guys. You know, you live on the same estate. You're gonna be friends with these people. He says, "Come man, come here." He's in this video, and then he goes back to school. Then his girl, say, "What are you doing in them man's video? Don't you know being in them man's video?" And now you think, "Fucking hell, she's right. I need to start carrying a knife." And I'm not even involved in this shit. It's just that I've done one move, and the girl's got me paranoid now because I shouldn't be in these video. Because if the other side see it, they're gonna automatically think that I'm part of the problem. So now I'm carrying a knife because just in case.
All right.
Just in case I get back.
So how can we overcome these scenarios then? So in terms of...
That's $1 million question, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Yeah, because I'm as a father myself.
Yeah.
I have conversations with my son, and he's only 11, right? So I'm having these conversations with him. I'm showing him what's happening out on the streets and at the age of 11, because I'm not having anyone trying to employ him to be a runabout boy, right? So I'm having these conversations with him. So as a parent myself, if I was thinking or knowing my child might be involved in something, for one, I will be searching his room as a parent.
Lift up the mattress all the time.
You know what I'm trying to say to you? So if I'm trying to find a solution to this, as parents, what could we try and do to minimize these activities, what's happening?
Keep your child tired. Boom. You go to school. When you come home from school, you see before you got time to go on the block and chill with everyone else, guess what you're doing now? You're getting boxing. Or a sport, MMA, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Activity. Yeah, take this boxing thing serious. Take this sport seriously. Yeah, be active in pushing them. Do you know what? They don't have time to be, you're always tired. And then you're like, well, why are you pushing me? Because I just want you to do your education. I just want you to come home. But still, you still got to go shop in between that. So you're minimizing
The time he's outside.
Yeah. That's what you're doing. You're just minimizing the time
Can't
he's
stop
outside. But you can't stop it. I love my... You got to understand what people will do to survive, to live. I want to live. Yeah? And the worst thing is, someone that does kill someone, they take away the life of the person, but they also take away their own life. Because if it's something that they're not going to get away with, yeah, they're going to spend how much time in prison, and they're going to miss things that they are supposed to do. And even if they do get away with it, they got to walk around with that duppy behind them. Now they might have they might end up with a drug habit. They might end up with the alcohol. They might end up just to numb that pain. And sometimes you don't even do it on purpose. Someone can stab someone with their eyes closed, just out of defense. Coward stab. Yeah, but coward stab is a real thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You got a knife, you didn't want to have a knife, but you feel like you're about to.
Your mate knows you got the knife because you were sharing it earlier on.
Yeah.
You better take it out now because these guys are coming for us.
Right.
Now you got to perform.
Now you have to perform.
You know what I mean?
So, what conversations do you have with your kids in terms of knowing how to carry themselves?
My kid is not that age.
No.
Mine is. But I like I said, the first and foremost, you need to build confidence in them. Like I said, keep them tired from a sport or something, and the confidence that he has in himself is from him being able to box. Because he's got that confidence, he can get into an argument with someone. He already knows himself, so he doesn't have to rise to the occasion unless he needs to rise to the occasion. Yeah, he's got the confidence, he's got the discipline in himself, but it took time to build that up. Yeah, now that stuff like that is it's like part of your aura. It's how you walk. It's how you talk. Because you've got that confidence, you're not walking with your back slouched down. You're walking with a little, I don't know,
swagger.
like, a little swagger, a little upstandingness, a little like.
Would you look at that to discipline then?
That's the discipline of being able to box or being able to train or being able to do certain things, and it's giving you just a little up for you to know yourself. So if you know, if I know I can knock you out in 2 punches right now, yeah, then when you lot are arguing and you're arguing over some foolishness, I don't actually need to react because I know what I can do. You, on the other hand, are frightened out of your wits.
No, it's lacking confidence.
Lacking the confidence.
So I have to defend myself with a knife.
Right. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because where's your confidence? In yourself.
So most of them guys in that gang who doing all the madness, they're kids that
aren't necessarily confident.
No, not
and they may be
confident.
confident in a gang together. Are you confident standing on your own?
But are they more in a gang for being vulnerable? So they might have elders who will send them to go and do certain rounds.
Sometimes I hear a lot of this elders thing. Most of these youths, they're on their own thing.
Yeah.
The elders terrified of them.
Yeah.
What about that? We always hear it's down to the elders. It's not really. Some of these guys, they're not taking no talk from nobody.
They're not hearing.
So that's like the next generation.
They're not hearing.
They don't do elders.
Because if you could respect that, if you had a respect for any of your elders, then that means they could chat to you. Like when we was growing up, you couldn't even walk around certain places. Big men will run you. Don't come around here. You can't see what's going on around here. Move from around
here. You walked around with a knife on you and said, "Hey, you look, what are you doing that? Take that from me." You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why are you not in school? You understand?
Yeah.
Wait there. Why are you not at school? Yo, don't make me call your mother, you know. Bro.
Them days they're done.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Now it's crazy. It's not the same. There's no respect.
But do you think that's been taken?
Morals.
Yeah, because we know in the past where we grew up from a disciplined area, which obviously parents, we are maybe still disciplined parents, but maybe in a newer way because the government took away the power of not hitting your kids and etc. And we know growing up, that was what we knew. If we done something wrong, it was more the discipline that what we was going to get. So do we feel that because that's kind of now being taken away from a parent, where we now feel like these kids are even moving more reckless because they're not even scared of anyone no more?
Yeah. Also, sometimes even though you say that's been taken away, even if you gave it back, there's some parents that are gonna overdo it. Sometimes when they overdo it, it don't actually do what you want it to do.
It does the opposite effect.
Do you get what I'm saying? It makes you turn into an animal, basically. Do you get what I'm saying? So even if you was to be giving back to you, there still needs to be some kind of
A level to it.
a level
Can't
to
be
it.
abuse.
Can't be, because abuse would just turn that person into a madman.
And also
Some
some
discipline didn't help me.
some parents are frightened of their children
No, yeah.
Right now.
right now.
Right now.
So if we had to turn and say, if a parent did find a knife for their kids, or from their kids in a room, for example, how would they go about that?
Yeah, I know this for a fact. If I know this for a fact, if it was my mum, when I get home and push the key in the door, she'd be sitting down waiting for me with the knife in her hand. Yeah, I'd look. I already know what time it is.
So in terms of she only wanted to return back the knife, what she found it criminal, if she is scared of the child and she wanted to return back the knife because she doesn't want him to use this knife,
Take it
how
away,
was she?
dash it away.
I'm sorry.
Dash it away. Just dash the knife away.
dash it
Just dash it away. That's what the police are gonna do. They ain't gonna do no different job other than give my man a conviction. That's it. That's the only difference that's gonna be there.
Like I know people who grow up in single parent families. It happens. Yeah, but there's uncles, you know. Like my uncle used to turn up.
You turn up the other day for them. The other day you turn up for them kids. The other day.
Yeah, I had to. Do you get what I mean? I had to turn up for my nephews and nieces when something's wrong. Yeah, I have to, because that's how I'm built. That's how I was brought up, and I can't be talking about uncle and I'm not there when the real stuff happens. Yeah, I love my children. I love my nephews. I love my nieces. I love them, and I don't want them to grow up how I grew up. I don't want them to do the things that I did when I was growing up. And if I see you going down that path, I'm onto you. But that's me. Yeah. But I'm sure, I just don't understand how you wouldn't want your child to be better than you.
Agree.
Do you get it? Because that's, to me, if that's the path, that's the pattern you follow, inshallah, they'll be all right. Yeah, but we have to actively do stuff with our kids. And families, that means uncles, cousins, whoever, if you can see that there's someone in your family that's struggling, you have to be proactive in their life too. Don't talk about you love me and come to my funeral and and you are not there for my children. It don't make sense. Just forget about it now. Forget about me now. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because that's what's important. The next generation is important, and the next generation right now are messing up. But that's because we somehow, along the lines, have messed up for them as well. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
The government has let them down. We've let them down. Even not learning, not knowing myself early enough can let down people. Do you get?
Is that kids bringing up kids?
Yeah,
There's a lot of that now.
Yeah. Because you not knowing yourself means you're still learning. And while you're
You're
learning,
still young.
yeah. And
Mentally.
how many, you got brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Were you the oldest, youngest?
I'm the oldest.
Right, so you're a guinea pig. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me
You're the oldest, yeah.
Yeah. We're guinea pigs.
All the mistakes got made.
Yeah, they test it, and then now I see my mum sitting down with my daughter.
All nice and that.
Yeah, my daughter's clapping them out around the table with her elbow like that. I said, bro,
And you couldn't get to sit there like that. You had to sit there like that. You couldn't put elbow on table.
I was like, I got beaten for that.
Yeah.
I said, what's going
Man
on?
grew up terrified.
Leave me and my granddaughter. I'm like, raw. Yeah, but that's the reality.
I feel like, you know what came down from above us? There's a lot of negativity in our where we live. And I just think it's more about, you know, like people coming together and all of that and screaming at the government and all that. They ain't going to change nothing.
It's not.
I think we just need to kind of set better examples and more educate through talking. Yeah, and through, and because there's no way you can get a set of people to come together who are unhealed to heal the community. It don't make no sense.
Because everyone's going through
Everyone's going through their own thing. You get what I'm saying? And then in between all of that thingy, Bob, there's some people that are posing like they're healers. Do you get what I'm saying? Like they're trying to access funding, they're trying to do this and trying to be that person. And
that.
when you got people like that, they're part of the problem too.
They are definitely.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
can you understand what he's saying? Imagine you got people in the community and they're doing charity work or they're doing this and they're getting funding from the government, and really they're not doing it to help, you know, they're just doing it to skim off the top, make a change. Like there's those that really care, and then there's those that are just it's a job.
They know how to
It's a
write the
hustle.
paperwork out.
It's a hustle.
Do you know what I mean? And just access money.
And people are suffering because the activity
Then you
is
blame the
supposed to be there
government,
for
but
them.
the government already passed the money to them lot.
Right.
Mad.
But the government's saying, but we gave out this much money this year for
To
this.
who?
Who did you give it to? Where's this money? Where's the receipts? What's going on? I mean, I've heard of a couple people trying to do all kind of different movements. Like I said, I haven't seen South London try to come together or people be willing to talk a long time, for a very long time, up until now. But it has to be the right conversations. It can't be let's just stand up and just say, yeah, we want that.
That ain't gonna work. But standing and marching don't change nothing. What everyone needs to do, see that same energy you march, and you need to put that into the people around you who need that help or need that support. Do you get what I'm saying? Because marching and all that, that don't do nothing.
So
it's like a day out.
So don't say. So you mentioned about the people coming together, right, to have the right conversations.
That's important.
Right. What kind of conversations, if these right people are coming together, what are the conversations do we need to have in terms to able to move forward?
Healing.
So when we talk,
That's what it is. That's what a lot of it is for me.
so when you're saying healing, is it the problems that's happening in our own area to put them stuff behind? When we're talking about healing.
Look, there could be someone in your family that wants to change, but the rest of them don't want to change. The rest of them don't want to change. The one who's trying to heal cannot be around them.
100.
Because if you be around them, you're going to stay the same and you're going to pass down that same energy. That's just how it's going to happen. So you see the people that want to heal, they need to come together and heal or have their own healing process and heal so they can then pass it down. Because what's been passed down to us, if that could get passed down to us, we can also pass something good down. Because that's what got passed down to us, isn't it? Like it travels. We've seen like we're the results of
What happened
the thing
before.
that got passed down. So if we can we don't want that nonsense no more, make a stand like I don't want that. Make a not stand. You don't need to be standing in the square or anything. But make a stand for yourself in your life and say, yeah, I don't want that no more.
Make changes.
Yeah, I don't want that no
So,
more. I want something different. I can't be around that.
But you've come from a long way yourself, from whatever from back in the days.
Yeah.
How was you able to heal?
I healed by being in prison, to tell you the truth. But being in prison for so long that I never had no other option than to look at myself. Do you know what I mean?
But that can have the opposite effect. There's some people that's in prison right now that's been in prison so long that road is a chore. Being out
That's
road
a holiday.
with your family,
Holiday.
it's,
And then you go back to jail.
yeah, they need to go back to jail because this is too much. Well, I got to pay bills. I got to do what? What? So that's why I tell you it's about self. Only you,
You got to make a personal stand.
right?
For
Only
yourself,
you can make
not
that
for
choice.
nothing else.
You have to see. You have to look at your wounds.
And you got to be by yourself as well, you know. Like you see the community, you can't heal in the community. It's all happening in the community. Even if you try one day, you let your defense down, that's the day it could all go
That's
wrong.
the day you could. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you need to go somewhere else, whether it doesn't have to be prison, but you might have to just like move off the ends or something like that.
That's
And
important.
That's how you do it, because the problem is in the area. It's not.
Sometimes
most of the time
it's your own
in you.
community.
Yeah.
So how was you able to heal?
I was able to heal because I felt like
Are you healed?
I'm always hurt a little bit. My pain is always there. It's always there. It's always there a little bit. There's always a pain or something. But I think having a focus, so I focus on my children. I focus on them being better than me. I focus on trying to make sure that their life doesn't go down the same road as mine, or my son doesn't have to go through the things that I went through, but at the same time giving him the lessons of them. So it would be wrong. I want better for my child, but I don't want him to do the things I've done. But that means I've got to share the knowledge of the things that I've done and why it was wrong and what road you should take, so that he has an understanding. So he's not an alien in the world that he lives in. Because you can mollycoddle someone completely and then that messes them up
Yeah,
as
but
well.
you mollycoddle them and you just get scared when they have to go out.
So a few weeks ago, there was something obviously happened online where you know, you've got the guys who are actually on the front line, on the streets, obviously trying to tackle these issues. And I think one of the guys must have said to one of them, saying that there's only so far on the front line that you lot can do in terms of because of the street code. Would you lot?
So that in the respect of you won't snitch or
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like, you know what, I can't, whoever's questioning them people, I can't be the perfect version of what you think I need to be. I only can do what I can. And if I have to, you know, get in where I fit in to be able to do the job that I'm doing, that's good enough. Because guess what? The next man probably ain't doing nothing except for speaking online.
Yeah.
So really and truly, I can't really judge anyone. I can't really say, oh yeah, you're not doing it to the perfection, because it ain't no job. There's no job description for what a man's doing out there. This is a man just taking it on his shoulders and just saying, yo,
And look,
this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to try and do.
Yeah, trying to put...
I'm trying to do something.
yeah.
And like you,
Do you get what I'm saying?
Like we worked out.
And there ain't no perfect
There's no-
description. It's not
exactly.
written down how you need to behave when you're doing this job. You know, like if I be a plumber, I know what I've got to do. I know I got to do this or I got to do that. There ain't no. All I'm trying to do is work within the F3 that's been created. Yeah. And be in the, and for me to be in there, maybe this is how I need to come across so I can be in there and do what I'm doing. But what's more important is that I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not about this code that you lot are talking about. It's relevant. I'm out here trying to help some kids. Ain't nothing really about the code.
And volunteering doing it as well.
Voluntarily, no one pay me to do this.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man might be getting more paid just to be talking online, to tell the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
And it's from your heart. Like you said, you can only do what you can do. You're doing it from your heart. And once,
I think there is a lot of clout chasing though. You know, like some of these people who pretending that they're doing this work. There's a lot of clout chasing going on as well. You know what I mean, just to balance the argument.
Okay.
like some people do things from their heart, and some people are just doing it for the sake of it. And it's funny how, like what you were saying before, everyone's always got something to say. But what are you doing?
Except for critiquing me.
Yeah.
Is that your job now? To critique me?
To critique me.
To critique all everything I'm doing.
Did you see how we started this conversation today? You was asking, what is there we can do? What's causing the problems? Bro, this is like Israel and Palestine, where we can sit here all day. People have been having this argument for years and years and years and years
Nothing
and years.
ain't changed.
And nothing ain't changed.
Getting worse actually.
Yeah. So at what point can you say to someone, oh, you're not doing enough because you're this or you're that? You can't say that, because do we even know what what the thing that we should be doing is to make this go away? Can we say any one thing that we can do to make all this stuff go away?
No.
I just think it starts at home.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I think the first issue is.
Definitely.
So in terms...
And that way everyone can do their bit if they really say they want to do their bit. Because at home, you're in control of that. It's not the government, not the youths on the corner, it's you. It's what you're going to put in to them.
Start from your house.
You know what I mean?
So how are we able to empower parents in terms of trying to tackle this situation if it's starting to come from home first?
That might be a thing. What you're talking about, that might be a whole angle there, what you're talking about. Maybe parents need empowering instead of pulling down, because mum's got to work 3 or 4 jobs just to pay the rent and do everything, and she ain't got no one. But hey, yeah, maybe the price of things need to come down. Maybe there needs to be more apprenticeships and things like that, things where kids can get their hands on, because everyone is not academic.
100.
Yeah. There's us, we could go on forever just trying to point things out that could be.
But some people don't want that. Do you know what I mean? Some people do. Their existence of this situation being bad. Some people have a better position in life.
That's life.
Some people don't really want to change anything. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes if you really want to do something, your heart, your eyes will see that it's around you. It's not down there at the march taking photos and that. Sometimes my next door neighbour, single woman, she got 2 boys. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe I should reach out to her and try and help her.
That's right.
That's how I could contribute.
That's right.
But then I won't be thinking about that because I got my head's in the wrong place. My heart's not in the right place. I'm thinking meeting up and taking photos and that's doing something, or that's
doing
showing
something.
that I'm doing something. When really, if you was really looking properly and you meant it, there's that situation next door or to the woman downstairs who's by herself. It comes back to the empowering thing, innit? Like, you help her to be able to do what she thinks she might.
The man them, listen, time's up. I'm going to say big respect for coming down today.
No problem.
You get me? Because you, man, came down on a last minute tip as well.
I know, and we came yesterday as well.
Hold on. Whose fault was that though?
I was eager to get it.
Man, I've been driving down there from yesterday. Yo.
You get me? But no, respect once again. Is there anything you lot want to say before we go?
I'm good.
I'm good, man.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So listen, I want to hear your lot's view today on today's show. I want to hear it in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to give the thumbs up. And till next time from the Baby Fathers, peace. And we out, man.